Have you ever wondered why we repeatedly make choices that seem utterly irrational? What if I told you that our decisions are not solely based on logical reasoning, but are profoundly influenced by hidden biases and subconscious factors? Are you ready to dive into the depths of human behavior and discover the surprising quirks that govern our choices? With Predictably Irrational, by the brilliant mind of Dan Ariely, we embark on an intellectual adventure filled with captivating self-questions that will challenge your perception of rationality and shed light on the hidden forces that shape our decisions. Dan Ariely, a distinguished professor of psychology and behavioral economics, has devoted his life's work to unraveling the complexities of human decision-making. Known for his engaging writing style and captivating storytelling, Ariely has become a prominent voice in the field, blending scientific rigor with relatable anecdotes to offer us a unique perspective on the mysteries of our behavior. Let's see together the top 5 takeaways from this book. Takeaway number 1: the illusion of rationality. Imagine a world where every decision we make is based solely on cold, hard logic. Sounds like a dream, right? Unfortunately, it's just that, an elusive dream. In reality, our decision-making is far from rational. Deep within the recesses of our minds, emotions, social influences, and cognitive biases lurk, ready to hijack our supposedly rational thoughts. We like to believe that we are logical beings, making choices based on careful analysis and sound reasoning. But the truth is, our emotions often take the driver's seat, steering us towards decisions that may seem irrational to an outside observer. It's as if we're under the spell of an enchantress, unable to resist the allure of our own irrationality. One of the key culprits behind our illusion of rationality is the profound impact of social influences. We are social creatures, wired to seek acceptance and conformity within our tribes. Our decisions are heavily influenced by the actions and opinions of those around us. We find ourselves swayed by the behaviors and choices of our friends, family, and even strangers. It's a subtle dance of conformity, where the fear of standing out and the desire for social approval nudge us towards decisions that may not align with our own values or best interests. In this social web, rationality often takes a backseat to the need for acceptance and belonging. Cognitive biases, the invisible threads that weave through our thought processes, further contribute to the illusion of rationality. These biases are like mental shortcuts, enabling us to make quick decisions without expending excessive mental energy. However, they also lead us astray. From the anchoring effect that skews our judgment based on the first piece of information we receive, to the confirmation bias that seeks to validate our preconceived beliefs, these biases cloud our ability to think objectively and make rational choices. We become unwitting victims of our own cognitive wiring, perpetuating the cycle of irrational decision-making. Takeaway number 2: the power of relativity. Picture this. You're strolling through a store, contemplating which laptop to purchase. One catches your eye. A sleek, high-end model with all the bells and whistles. But before making a decision, you glance at the adjacent shelf and spot a budget-friendly laptop that seems adequate. Suddenly, the high-end option appears even more enticing. Why? It's all about relativity. Our choices are not made in a vacuum. They are heavily influenced by the presence of contrasting options. The mere existence of an alternative can drastically alter our perception of value, making us vulnerable to the seductive power of relativity. The relativity of choices plays a sneaky game with our minds, exploiting our innate tendency to compare and contrast. When presented with two options side by side, our brains automatically seek out differences, magnifying them to create a sense of disparity. The result? Our perception of value is skewed. A moderately priced item suddenly seems extravagant when placed next to a cheaper alternative, and a modest upgrade transforms into a must-have luxury when contrasted with a lower-end version. We unwittingly fall into the relativity trap, allowing our decisions to be influenced by the comparisons we make. Marketers and advertisers are well aware of the power of relativity and harness it to sway our choices. Ever wondered why you see premium or deluxe versions of products strategically positioned next to their standard counterparts? It's not a coincidence. By creating a stark contrast between options, they manipulate our perception of value, nudging us towards the higher-priced alternatives. The relativity effect also extends to pricing strategies, where companies offer anchor products at inflated prices to make other options appear more reasonable in comparison. It's a psychological dance, a delicate balancing act that aims to exploit our susceptibility to relativity and maximize their sales. Takeaway number 3: the cost of zero cost. Who doesn't love a good bargain? We're all suckers for freebies and zero-cost offers, aren't we? But here's the catch. The cost of zero cost is far from negligible. In fact, it often comes with hidden strings attached. Our brains are wired to perceive anything free as a fantastic deal, but this cognitive bias blinds us to the true costs involved. Whether it's a free trial that automatically transitions into a costly subscription or a complimentary item that leads us to make unnecessary purchases, the allure of zero cost clouds our judgment and lures us into making irrational decisions. The psychology behind the cost of zero cost is a fascinating phenomenon. As humans, we attach great value to the feeling of getting something for nothing. It triggers a surge of pleasure in our brains, akin to winning a small victory. However, this emotional high blinds us to the potential downsides. We fail to consider the opportunity cost, the time and effort invested, or the hidden fees that may emerge later on. Our judgment becomes clouded, and rational thinking takes a backseat to the immediate gratification of a freebie. Marketers and businesses are well aware of our vulnerability to the cost of zero cost, and they employ clever strategies to exploit this cognitive bias. From buy one, get one free promotions that encourage us to purchase more than we need to free trials that make cancellation a hassle, they capitalize on our irrational impulses. They understand that the allure of zero cost is a powerful motivator, capable of driving our decisions and blurring our perception of value. By shedding light on this phenomenon, we can develop a critical eye and approach these offers with a healthy dose of skepticism, ensuring that we don't fall victim to the hidden costs lurking beneath the surface. Takeaway number 4. The influence of social norms. We like to believe that we're independent thinkers, capable of making choices based on our own values and preferences. But the truth is, the power of social norms is immense, often leading us down the path of conformity and irrationality. From the clothes we wear to the opinions we express, our behavior is profoundly shaped by the desire to fit in and meet the expectations of those around us. It's a delicate dance between our individuality and the pull of societal influence. Social norms act as an invisible force that guides our actions, even when we're not consciously aware of it. We have an innate need to belong, to be accepted by our peers and community. As a result, we often find ourselves conforming to the behaviors and expectations prevalent in our social circles. It could be something as trivial as following a fashion trend or as significant as conforming to societal norms around career choices or relationships. We willingly sacrifice our individuality and rationality in the pursuit of social acceptance, sometimes without even realizing it. Marketers and advertisers are well versed in the influence of social norms and wield it as a powerful tool to shape our decisions. They cleverly craft their messages and campaigns to tap into our desire for social acceptance and the fear of being left out. By highlighting social proof, showcasing testimonials, or creating a sense of belonging, they nudge us towards choices that may not align with our true desires. The influence of social norms is a potent force that can lead us astray, blurring our judgment and steering us towards irrational decisions. Takeaway number 5. The price of ownership. Once we possess something, a shiny new gadget, a cherished memento, or even an idea, we develop a deep attachment and an inherent bias. This bias skews our perception, leading us to overvalue what we own and resist parting with it, even when presented with superior alternatives. It's as if we're under a spell, unable to see beyond the boundaries of our ownership and the emotional attachment it brings. The price of ownership is more than just a transactional exchange. It's a psychological phenomenon deeply rooted in our human nature. When we acquire something, it becomes an extension of ourselves, a part of our identity. We attach sentimental value and imbue it with meaning. As a result, we become emotionally invested in preserving and protecting what we own, often at the expense of logic and rationality. It's this bias that blinds us to the potential benefits of alternatives, trapping us in a cycle of overvaluing what we possess. Advertisers and marketers are well aware of the price of ownership bias and capitalize on it to foster brand loyalty and repeat purchases. They create a sense of exclusivity, invoking the idea that owning their product will enhance our identity and elevate our status. Once we succumb to the allure of ownership, the bias takes hold, making it challenging to consider alternatives objectively. The price of ownership goes beyond the initial purchase. It becomes a psychological barrier that inhibits us from exploring better options and embracing change. As we draw near the end of our exploration, we find ourselves equipped with invaluable insights into the quirks and idiosyncrasies that guide our daily choices. Predictably Irrational has peeled back the layers of human behavior, revealing a tapestry woven from a complex interplay of irrationality and subconscious biases. Armed with this newfound knowledge, we are better equipped to navigate the perplexing landscape of our decisions and understand the forces that often lead us astray. Top 5 takeaways. The illusion of rationality, the power of relativity, the cost of zero cost, the influence of social norms, the price of ownership. Improve yourself, improve your life with Level Up BOOKTUBE. If you enjoyed the video, give a thumb up and remember to subscribe not to miss the next ones. In the comments below, let us know what you'd like to watch in the next video. Thanks for watching.